Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's excited for stand up? I am. Oh, Tani. First one in, first one out. FIFO. What up? What up? What up?
Hello.
Tani with the FIFO life. First one in FIFO. First one out. That's
Trigger fingers.
the Q life. What up, Q life? Oh, Luis wasn't the first one in, first one out this time. Tani's on that Q life.
Oh,
First one in, last. First one in, last one out.
Oh no.
What's going on, folks? I saw you guys had your own Zoom malicious going on out here without me. I'm just a guy who presses the record button. Can't even do that now.
Gonna make you obsolete.
One day the machines will all replace us, so it doesn't matter. Haven't you seen Terminator? We know how it all ends. Jade.
What's up?
What's up? What's up, Jade?
Nothing much.
She came in all cool, like, what's up?
That's just how she lives her life.
Live my life. I came out this cool. She came out of the womb like I came out this cool.
Yeah, totally.
Permanently pop
That's
collar
me.
all the time, 24/7, 365 days a year.
And wearing my Lambda swag that I got for going to the meetup.
Swag, 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 swag. You guys just think of Justin Bieber whenever that comes on? Like the swag, 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 swag. I'd like to be. Oh, sorry.
I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of Justin Bieber.
I'll be honest, I should probably take my medication.
I'm not familiar with this song.
You know which one. Come on, guys. The hair flip. Come on now, like the.
No, I know who he is. I don't know that song.
If I could be your boyfriend. I have to like it has to start playing a little bit, and then like I can get into it. And Luis's Zoom was going incredibly slow. But it's fine now. Who are we waiting for here? See, you guys always do this to me every single time. I get all excited to come in the Zoom, and then like it just becomes apparent that I should take my medication, and then like this is being recorded. It's going to be, put on the public web, the interwebs of the world. Bryant waiting for Obeda, and got to use that awareness and got to calm down sometimes. Ooh. Sorry. Anybody watch Avatar at all? Avatar?
Which Avatar?
Last Airbender cartoon?
Yeah. You know The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
That movie was mad disappointing.
It was so disappointing.
But then I know who the director was after the fact, and it makes sense.
We're talking about the cartoon, though, right?
Cartoon is where it's at. The movie, garbage.
There is no movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Beta and Desiree is still MIA. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Let's give it like another 2 minutos, por favor. Señorita López. Su esposo habla español? Poquito.
And then my dad, he's actually Cuban. He was born in Cuba, but he.
¿Tu padre es cubano?
Yeah, and then he was moved in, 5 years old to New York, grew up in the Bronx, so he became
Your dad's 5 years old? Wait, no way. Get out of here.
But yeah,
your dad traveled back in time, had you,
yes,
came back. Oh my
gosh. That's the way it happened, totally.
What's up, Vicky?
But yeah, he doesn't remember Spanish that well. He's like, it's Spanglish.
I wouldn't remember either if I'm just traveling back and forth in the time-space continuum. All right, so let's just get started because Obeda is probably, man, Brian, you look mad, bro. So we'll just get started. He was like,
it's my typing speed. But
Okay, 60 seconds on why you got unmad today. Your breakthroughs, something that helped you get through today's stuff. Or yes, please. Let's start with Catherine with the lights in the background, looking like, I don't know, Broadway out here.
So today, breakthrough was just kind of like working through the problem. I worked with 2 people from my labs group, and they had the solution before I did. So like being able to kind of just, I don't know.
But you said they didn't give you the answers, right? They like kind of walked you through it and they asked you questions.
It would be like, okay, well, what's that doing, and how would you get to that kind of thing? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
So it was I don't know, but now that, and I didn't watch that LRU Cash video before. I didn't. So I think it was really helpful because I was just going off of what I've read in the README. So, yeah, I guess make sure if there's a video, watch the video first. I'll go with, to the right of me is Brian.
Okay. Yeah, it's a similar thing. I didn't watch the video, but I went to the Wikipedia page like after like 2 hours of working on it, and I'm like, oh, I see what it's doing, and that helped me conceptualize it.
I see what you're doing. You did the 2-hour rule instead of the 20-minute rule.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I do. Yep. So, yeah. Again, I think it's just, coming that sometimes I'm lazy with reading, and I think I know so much that I don't need to pay attention to the resources that they give us.
Hey, to your daughter, you know everything though. Like to your daughter, you know everything.
I do. Yeah. I can solve every problem. Anything's broken, I can solve it and I can fix it, I guess. But breakthrough, I think that like I'm still working on it. I had I started a little late, but I feel confident making progress, and I think that I grasped yesterday pretty well. I spent a lot of time on it, so I feel like I'm set up well today. All right. Jade, how about you?
With help from Obeda and working with Luis and Tani, able to get the set method through, and it was Beta really, thank you, really helped like get the idea of how to look at the problem, like going through, like looking at the tests first, and then looking at what we have given to us, and then just breaking it down to smaller parts. I still need to work on that a little bit better, but that was kind of my breakthrough. Next, let's do Nikki.
Hi. Yeah, so I don't have much of a breakthrough quite yet because I'm just still trying to go through resources. So I'm watching videos. I found a really cool guy on YouTube that's under Lucid Programming, and it's kind of like really giving me some kind of insight on data structures. So I'm just doing that right now. Trying to catch up from yesterday. So I'll probably be working all night to feel more comfortable for tomorrow. And hopefully I get some breakthroughs in as well. Louis. So it doesn't sound like Louise.
Yeah, so I did, I actually screwed up on my Uber mostly and went hard on the drafting, and then I came up with this plan. I put it in action. I tried it out. Every test failed. I went back and looked at all the tests and realized they were looking for something completely different than what I actually did. And then got stuck there and tried working with Jade and Tanny for a while. And then Obeda came in and was like, oh, this is how you do it. But not like, this is how you do it. It was just like, this is how you think about
Came
it.
in like, this is how you do it. Oh,
Yeah.
He did not
So-
come in like that.
Yeah, no, it helped a lot. So thanks, Obeda. Because now I got it working. So. And then we'll popcorn to Obeda because I said his name like 8 times.
Thank you. I hope I don't sound like that, Lou.
You came in like that, like to the Zoom?
No. Yeah.
Obeda?
Did I what?
You made an intro for yourself with like your voice? Like, this is
Yeah,
how
I
you
came
do
in
it.
yelling apparently. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I had a
Sorry.
breakthrough. No, you're totally got messing with you. I had a breakthrough too. I was stuck on the node and understanding what the node meant versus just setting a value, and that was like the hard part for me, because nothing was passing, and I kept getting an error, and I couldn't tell. I didn't know how to send. I actually didn't know what the node was, to be honest, and I didn't know how to send it. And then after I messed around a little bit, it took some time. Geeks for Geeks is always helpful, as is Stack Overflow. And so with their guidance, I was able to figure out how to send the node down to the function that needed it.
Nice, man. Those geeks and those overflows of Stack. All right, who we got left here? Popcorn to Tiny.
I actually don't know. I wasn't here. Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. Tiny's the last one, I think. Leave.
Hello. The pair programming was very helpful for me as well. It was fun because at first it was Jade and I, we were both lost, but we got something down just from like talking through it. May not have been right, but we were on the right track, maybe. And then Luis joined us and he furthered our cause. And then Obeda came in and helped when we were stuck and it wasn't passing. So it was good. It was very effective.
Very good, very good. All right. So it seems like we had some good breakthroughs, some breakthroughs. Catherine couldn't even pinpoint exactly what she had a breakthrough on, but she just said she had a breakthrough. That was her breakthrough. So today, I want to give you guys a choice whether we wanted to have Elise. Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
just wondering that too.
I'm sorry. I heard Luis, right? Because Luis had gone, and then I just thought like Elise. Luis sounds the same. I'm so sorry.
Elise, I choose you.
I'm so sorry.
Ooh, yay.
All right, Pikachu.
Always wanted to be a Pokemon. Just kidding. Okay, that was a super nerd moment. I wasn't going to say anything. Is my Wi-Fi frozen? Kind of.
You're good.
No, you're good.
There we go. So I wasn't going to say anything at first because, I didn't really have that much of a great breakthrough or anything awesome to express. But I understand what LRU Cache is doing. I'm just kind of like slowly walking myself through the steps, and I feel like I'm getting better at initially doing that. So I guess that's a breakthrough. Finally understanding Lambda's backwards version of homework instructions. So yeah.
That's a breakthrough. That is a breakthrough. So I had a breakthrough just now. Just need to learn to just not talk as much and just let people talk because I almost skipped Elise there. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
So yes, I was talking about giving y'all the option to choose a problem from today that somebody had already completed, where they could go through and talk about how they, arrive at their answer, versus doing the Project Euler problem, just so that people could benefit, like to be more benefit from that probably. Did anybody finish the LRU Cache problem and willing to walk us through it?
I'm done, and I made some nice comments. But if someone else wants to volunteer their code, they can do that too.
Yeah, Obeda, is this how she does it, or you want to do it, or she want to do it, or?
So I'm actually driving, so and also I think that.
Please don't let Obeda do it then.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'd be interested to see how Catherine and whoever else finishes it too.
Sounds good. Okay, Catherine, lead the way. By the way, Catherine, you are muted, and we're going to treat this like an audition for one of your acting jobs. So go ahead and get that pressure up on you.
Hey.
Just kidding.
So first thing I did, I read the README part of the LRU cache like twice. I had worked on the HackerRank problem this morning, so I hadn't had a chance to look at the TK. And I kind of went with what they were hinting here. So I knew I would need to initialize the limit, which they already have here. We're going to use the doubly linked list. So I just called it double list. Some people want to call it storage. You need to keep track of the number of nodes. That's going to start out at 0 for the cache. And then start the cache dictionary as an empty object.
And then before you keep going, can you explain, can you give us some context or some background information on the LRU cache and how it works?
Yeah. So if you looked at the wonderful video that Bish had posted, that we had posted in the channel, so basically you'll have, and I was going to draw it. So you have your cache, which has keys which are pointing to a node, and that allows you quick access to the node. And then also inside these nodes, the node is going to have a value, and inside that value, you're going to store a key value pair. So that way you're able to kind of go either way. If that makes sense. Okay. So here for the get, if the key is not in the cache, you're going to return none. Otherwise, you need to get to the node, and that you can get through the key that you're passing in. And then once you pass, so every time you like access that node, you need to move it to the front of the doubly linked list, because that's keeping track of least used whateverness. So if something's being used, that just goes to the head.
Least used whateverness?
Yeah, you know.
Like LUW cache, right?
Yeah.
Versus LRU cache.
So the thing with, you know, when you're getting something, this node already exists. So you're able to use this function, move to the front, because that's already something that's in the doubly linked list. So you're just moving that to the front, which means you have to pass in a node, which you can access via the key. And then they want to return the value, and you can access that value of that node by dot value and then @1, because I passed in, I stored the value as like little set thing. Okay, so then for set, so here, so first you need to check if the key is in the cache. If the key is in the cache, you can access the node out of the cache. There's your node right here. And then you're going to reassign the value to the new key value pair. So node.value is key value. Then you need to move the node to the front. Node already exists, you can use move to front. So self, and then I have double list for my doubly linked list. Some people call it storage or whatever. Move to front and pass in the node. And then I want to return, because if that happens, I don't want more of the code to go. I just want it to like stop. Then you're checking here if they're at a limit. So if you're at the limit for the cache, the number of nodes, then what you need to do is you need to delete the node in the cache. And to access that, you need the key. So if you're going to delete something, you're going to delete it from the tail. So you delete self at cache, and then the key here you can get through self, the double list, the tail, and the value, and the key for that is at 0. The value is at 1, the key is at 0, and that's the key to delete that. And then you need to remove the node from the tail and decrease the number of nodes. Then you also, so you delete it from the cache, and then you delete it from the double list. So self, double linked list, remove from tail, decrease the number of nodes by 1. Else, you're going to increase the number of nodes, assign the value to the key value pair, value, key value, and then you're going to create a new node by passing in the value to the add to head function, because add to head will create and instantiate a new node, and all you have to do is pass in the value. So you call self double list, add to head, pass in the value, and then you need to add the newly created node to the cache. So self cache at the key equals self double list dot head, because that's where you just put.
Does anybody have any questions on that? So that's a really good deep dive. Maybe can somebody who has a general, like high level understanding of what Catherine just explained, could they maybe like summarize, I guess, the overall steps that she took? Anybody? Elise, did you say you had a pretty good understanding of the LRU cache?
Yeah, which process should I explain, or just go over the LRU cache?
Just in general, like the LRU cache, and then I guess just a higher level overview of what she went through more in depth here.
Okay.
In basketball terms, if you want to.
All right, basketball terms. I don't know if I have a good
You can do an LRU form, LRU
okay.
terms if you want.
But so basically the gist of an LRU cache is that you're going to have the cache, which is like a temporary storage, and then you have your larger storage. So what you would need to gain quick access to the smaller storage is the keys that are held in a hash table, basically. And then basically to access the information, you have to take the keys, and that'll give you the value to what's being held in the cache itself. Yeah, like what else? I feel like I'm missing something, but I feel like that's the general overview. I can't tell if my internet sucks or if I'm wrong, because no one's.
Does anybody have anything to add on to that? Anybody have any questions on maybe on why Catherine did it a certain way, or anybody have issues with their code at certain spots that maybe we can use this time to clear up now, so you don't have to do it later, like hours on hours on end by yourself? Might as well take advantage of the time now.
Catherine, could you scroll up to the point where you did like cache all the way up? Yeah, there you go. So that's the cache key to the node up on line 9 where you did your comment.
On 9. Oh, I just so the key in the cache points to the node, and then the node's value contains the key and the value pair.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is like a lot of abstraction there, right?
Yeah.
Like the key inside the cache.
That's why I was like, what is happening? Like, also all the words are the same.
Yeah. Because like when you think of like cache, you think of like an object, right, in JavaScript, and then like those objects have keys, right? And so this key here is pointing to a node, like a node, which we know is something that can, I mean, it can go in memory anyway, right? I mean, doesn't have to be contiguous. And then that has like a value that holds a key value pair, it's just like tons of layers of abstraction.
Yeah, the two values are what like also like tripped me up. Like what's the value and where? Yeah.
Right. Like why couldn't they call it something else?
Yeah.
Right. Any other questions? Like who else? Anybody didn't finish this that would like to share their code and we could dissect it together? Like a biology class, like dissecting frogs. We just do it together. Pull out the gallbladder and, you know, small intestines and share
Did
your
your
screen.
frog have like the little orange things inside of it when you dissected it?
Are we talking about LRU frogs or LRU cache?
No, we're talking about real life frogs.
I'm not 100% sure on that one. I am 100% sure that not everybody finished the LRU cache problem though. I know that much.
I know I didn't finish it, but I want to struggle through it a little bit more because I feel like the struggle has been helping me overall understand.
What
Like-
if you shared your code and then we helped you struggle it by asking you some really good questions, kind of like how Catherine's friend did for her in her pair programming session today? Because he didn't give you the answers, right, Catherine?
Oh no.
Okay. So what if we could lead you like there? We could lead you there. We can't force you to drink. We can lead you to the water though. We can lead you there.
Sure. Not
Do
like
it.
the anxiety
Do it.
isn't
Do
anxiety
it.
fully there.
Do
All right.
it.
Whatever.
Do it. Do it. All right. And for all of you that don't know, Elise was a collegiate basketball player for the University of Hawaii. So like pressure is nothing for her. She just dominates.
That's not true whatsoever, but thanks.
Let's go. Thank you,
no.
Catherine, for sharing that.
Should I?
Thank you. And for talking through it. Thank you.
All right, I think I knocked out everything from there. All right. I'm ready for question number 1.
Okay. So let's see. So where do we start, folks? Can you make that the VS Code window like huge, please? Hey, is that Justin Bieber in there? Yeah, can you expand the VS Code so
yeah,
like this
hold on.
way, please? Thanks. All right.
Anyone cooperate? Yeah.
Okay, so do we have everything correct in that first init method there, friends?
Oh, no. Didn't even.
No, I'm just asking the fam out here to help guide us in the right direction.
Need to import the doubly linked list.
Thank you, Sir Luis. And so what does that allow us to have access to?
All
Elise?
those amazing, I was about to say something not grammatically proper, but all those amazing functions.
Very nice. Okay. All right, what's the next thing that I do? Elise, you walk us through it, and then you tell us where you get stuck, and then that's where we come in.
Okay. Let's see. So from line 4, the LRU class keeps track of the max number of nodes it can hold, which is the limit, the current number of nodes it's holding, which is the size, the doubly linked list, All right. A doubly linked list. Yes, got that. Storage. Bail, which is the cache. Okay, so that one is good to go.
Good.
Okay, so logically speaking, I would need to start with the get, right?
Okay.
In order to gain
Yep.
that information.
And what is the get method doing per se?
It's going to grab something out of the cache.
What exactly?
It's going to grab a key. Well, if I'm grabbing something out of the cache, it's, yeah, the key value pair. Am I thinking about that the right way?
Can somebody help her on that? Can somebody help her lead her to the water with a question, with a good question, please?
So in the cache dictionary, you're gonna have a key, and then what does the key access?
The key accesses a specific node within the cache.
Yes. So how do you check if a key is in the cache?
Oh, I have to see if the cache is empty or not. So
Some good questions there, Catherine. So is she on the right track by checking if the cache is empty?
Well, there's a Python way, which is much like English, which I've come to love because it's much easier than JavaScript. You can write if key not in.
if
And then
key
how would we
not in cache?
But if to access the cache,
Come
kind of
on.
like what we had with objects before, how we had to use like a this. What are
Right.
we missing?
So
Yeah.
I just yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear the first part because my internet went out.
No worries.
Are you in Hawaii right now? Or
I think I had better internet in Hawaii actually.
oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so if the key is not in the cache, we can't get anything, right?
Right.
So we want to return nothing. There's nothing there. Yeah. Otherwise, what are we trying to return?
The key basically.
The key or the value?
Well, maybe I should actually read the whole question first and then I can answer that. Sorry.
No worries.
All right, I need the value.
But so we've got two values here. So the key points, there's a key value pair inside the dictionary. The key, which accesses a value which is a node, and then a node contains a value which is a key value pair. So what value are we being asked to retrieve? Because if it's just the node, we'd return the node, but if we need to get the value from the node, we have to access that key value pair.
Right. So we have to basically access the key value pair to access the value of that specific
node. Yes. Yes, node, yes. Sorry, node and node are similar. Yes. So first things first, we should probably get the node, right?
Yeah, I missed the first 20, like the first 5 seconds of what you said.
No, it's fine. So we have different values, right? In an object, you have a key value pair. There's a key, it points to a value. Inside this cache, there's a key that points to a value, which is a node. the node itself has a value. That value is equal to a key value pair.
So much abstraction. Holy moly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find a diagram for you here real quick.
I can draw. Let me put something in.
Right. I was
Go
like, my visual brain is getting lost. Like I get everything that we have to go through, but.
Okay.
Just draw me some circles or something, triangles. I'll understand that too.
Oh, I got it. I got my whiteboard right here. Just tell me what's right. There you go. Rolling whiteboard to save the day.
I need a rolling whiteboard.
Hello, 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 whiteboard. Okay. All right, Catherine. I'll drive. What do you want me to draw for her?
So draw just like a dictionary with like just say key and then the value of node.
Oh, a dictionary with the like
just like an object, like bracket.
Okay.
All right, so this is our cache, and we have inside we have key value pairs.
Key value pairs.
Just do like key, and then that key points to a specific node in the doubly linked list. So you can say key equals node.
Key equals node.
Yeah.
You got it, boss. Boss, you got it.
So basically, also, why don't we draw what Beej had in his video? So this might be actually better.
Okay. You want to erase this?
Yeah. So draw a rectangle across the top, and that will be our cache. And then we'll draw the doubly linked list right below it.
You want me to draw like...
Just do like 4 squares or something or whatever.
Sorry for the lack of symmetry here.
That's fine. And so we're gonna have with the doubly linked list, you're gonna have arrows going like this between them because they point to each other. There are 2 arrows, like one on top, because like it's like that. But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And one we can label tail, and one we can label head.
Okay. So we'll say the top ones are heads?
No, the head is at the top of the list. I can't see. Like the head of a list, and then the tail of the list.
Gotcha. So
the first item will be the head, and the last item will be the tail.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then we're gonna have keys on side. Just say like for keys, we'll just label them A, B, C, and D, and they're on the cache, and we'll point to those nodes right below them.
So how do you want me to write these? A, like this? E?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. And then just like point them to the nodes below. C.
A, B, C, and D?
Yeah, and point them to the nodes below.
Okay.
Okay, so our cache, which is that big rectangle, has keys, and those keys point to nodes on a doubly linked list. Those individual nodes on the doubly linked list contain a value. Each one has their own value. That value is set to a key value pair. So you can put like in parentheses below one of the nodes, or in brackets, like as an array, key value. Can you see it? Is it big enough?
I was gonna say, you could write it as a KV, just
okay.
Or KP. Excuse me, key value.
How's that?
Whatever.
How's that?
Much better. I can actually do that.
Okay, sorry about that. So each one has a key. You want me to write it for each one?
Yeah, each one has a key value pair.
Mm-hmm.
And that key inside the key value pair is the same key in the cache. So,
Light bulb moment.
so basically, if that key is not in the cache, you're returning none because there is no node. If
Right.